Hello students, in the last class we have studied about various environmental effects that affects your electromagnetic waves when it travels from a transmitter receiver. For example, your reflection, refraction, diffraction, scattering, interference and polarization. Then we have started studying about your reflection. Reflection means change in velocity of the electromagnetic waves keeping frequency constant when it travels from one medium to other medium. Then I have told you about the what do you mean by refractive index. Refractive index is the properties of a material that classify the different material. For example, water having refractive index is 1.33. Air is the least refractive index, that is 1. So and after that I have explained you two cases. In the first case, the first incident electromagnetic wave is incidence. This is your medium and this is your incident electromagnetic wave, and this dotted line drawn exactly perpendicular to the incidence electromagnetic wave is known as your normal. So the angle it made, an incidence angle, that is known as your theta I, and angle when it travels and to the other medium which change in velocity. I have represented here this angle is known as your angle of refraction. So when electromagnetic waves travel from a air to water, air means least refractive index to higher refractive index. That means a medium, the medium which having less refractive index is known as rarer medium, and having more refractive index is known as denser medium. So when a electromagnetic wave travel from a rarer medium to denser medium, it bends towards the normal. Here you can observe that this theta I, that is the angle of incidence, is greater than your angle of refraction. Angle of refraction. Similarly, you can observe here when a electromagnetic waves travel from a denser to rarer medium, that is from a water to air. Water having more refractive index, that is 1.33. Air is the least refractive index, that is 1. So when electromagnetic wave travel from a denser to rarer medium, having higher refractive index to lower refractive index medium, it bends away from the normal. We can observe here. So here we can observe that this theta I, that is the angle of incidence, is less than the angle of refraction. So there is a relationship between this angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Who tells you about the relationship? That is your Snell's law, who relates the angle of incidence and angle of refraction. So we will study about this Snell's law. Snell's law used to find angle of refraction. Snell's law, particularly the application of Snell's law, is used to find the angle of refraction. And what is the relationship? That is n1 sin theta 1. Theta 1 means this is your incidence angle. That is here I am denoting theta 1. We can also write this is as theta I. n1 sin theta I, that means medium 1 angle of incidence, is equal to n2 sin theta r. n1 sin theta I is equal to n2 sin theta r. They will give you the refractive index of medium 1, the incidence angle, the refractive index of medium 2, and they will tell you to find the angle of refraction. So by using this Snell's law, you can find the angle of refraction. So Snell's law particularly used to find the angle of refraction, where the refractive index of both the medium will be known. What is the if at all they give you the velocity of medium, then refractive index is known as C by V. C by V. C means velocity of light. So then another important as we have seen here, that when a light or electromagnetic waves travel from a denser to rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. So the case is what should be the minimum angle? What should be the minimum angle of incidence so that this theta r becomes 90 degree? 90 degree means this is becomes like this. Here we have theta r is 90 degree. That means this theta, that is your 90 degree, and this is your theta c. So this theta c is known as your critical angle. Critical angle is the minimum angle required so that the angle of refraction will be 90 degree. Minimum angle of incidence so that the angle of refraction is 90 degree. So what we can observe here, so beyond this, if I increase the angle of incidence, instead of refraction, all the electromagnetic waves will be reflected back. All the electromagnetic waves will be reflected back. So this is your, suppose theta 1. So this theta c, now theta 1 is greater than theta c. So instead of refraction, your electromagnetic waves return back to the same medium, and that is known as total internal reflection. This phenomenon is known as total internal reflection. So total internal reflection is possible only when electromagnetic waves are traveling from a denser to rare medium. Only when electromagnetic waves travel from denser to rare medium. So you can see from this is your theta r and this is your minimum. So first we will define critical angle. So first we will define critical angle. Critical angle, that is your theta c. Critical angle denoted by theta c, that is minimum angle of incidence, minimum angle of incidence so that angle of refraction is 90 degree, and beyond this critical angle and beyond this critical angle, reflection occurs. Reflection occurs. So what is the, so we can see here from this diagram, this is your medium, this is your medium 1 and this is your medium 2. So always remember, this medium 1 must be a denser medium having higher refractive index, and this medium 2 is a rarer medium having lower refractive index, and this is your normal drawn to this medium. And now you can see here your electromagnetic waves now impinge on the boundary, and instead of, and it, this is your minimum angle, that is critical angle, and the angle of refraction is exactly equal to 90 degree, and the angle of refraction is exactly equal to this theta r equal to 90 degree. This theta is always measured with respect to your normal. So theta r with respect to your normal is 90 degree, and theta c is the incidence angle, that is the minimum angle required so that your electromagnetic waves refracted by angle of 90 degree. So that is known as your critical angle. So what happens if you increase the angle of incidence beyond critical angle, then total internal reflection occurs. For example, your mirage created, you can see on the road, on a road while you traveling, a mirage is occurs. So mirage is a phenomena which occurs due to this total internal reflection. Mirage is a phenomena which occurs due to this total internal reflection. So what is the application with respect to your electromagnetic waves? The total internal reflection particularly useful when we will study about sky wave propagation. That is when we send electromagnetic waves to ionosphere, and that from that ionosphere electromagnetic wave will be reflected back to the earth. So that there we will study about this total internal reflection once again. So this is very important phenomenon, you must understand. So what is this total internal reflection? It occurs when wave travel. It occurs when wave travels from a denser medium to rarer medium, and angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle, must be greater than angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. So instead of refraction, reflection will be occur when, so this is your incidence angle and this is your refraction. So this is your suppose theta 1 and this is your theta r. So this theta I is equal to theta r. So instead of reflection, refraction will be occur. Then the next phenomena we will study about reflection and how it will affect. So the next phenomena which going to affect your electromagnetic wave while it is traveling from a transmitter to receiver, that is your reflection. So reflection you all have studied about this in physics. That is when a light waves it falls on a glass surface, it is reflected back so that you can see your face. That is your that is occurs due to reflection. Similarly in electromagnetic waves, when it is traveling, for example your BTS means your base transceiver. For example your mobile tower is known as BTS, and inside your mobile there is an antenna that is known as your receiver antenna. So when a electromagnetic waves is radiated by your BTS and it is reaching your mobile antenna, in between it is reflected back due to this large building or mountain. That's why what will happen, how it is going to affect your signal strength, because this electromagnetic wave reach at your destination antenna, but the strength of the original signal got decreases. Why it is decreasing? Because your material absorb, while reflection your material absorbs some of the electromagnetic waves, That's why you lose the signal strength while receiving at the receiver end. So that's why affects your electromagnetic reflection affects your electromagnetic waves transmission. So this is another phenomena in that affects your electromagnetic wave while it is traveling from a transmitter to receiver. So I have written here. So when a radio wave means electromagnetic waves traveling in between huge buildings, the signal is reflected due to the surface structure. Electromagnetic wave are reflected by huge buildings or mountain, or it is perfectly reflected by a conductor surface. As like light is reflected from glass, electromagnetic wave in a similar nature is reflected from buildings or mountains or conducting surface. But due to this reflection, some of the electromagnetic waves is absorbed by the material, that is your power got absorbed by this material, and the strength of the signal got decreases while it is reaching at the receiver antenna. So we'll see that in pictorial view. So first you write this definition and how it is affecting your signal strength. You just write down, then you draw this diagram. So suppose this is your BTS antenna. BTS means base transceiver, means this tower consists both transmitter as well as receiver, and here is your mobile phone antenna. In between there is buildings or mountains is present. So what will happen, some of the electromagnetic waves, they are reaching like this due to reflection. So due to reflection it reaches at the destination antenna, but the problem is this material absorb some of the power. So obviously while it is reaching at the receiver antenna, it is radiating for example 5 kilowatt. It is radiating for example 5 watt of power, but your antenna, receiver antenna, is able to receive only 1 watt. Then where is that 4 watt? 4 watt power is absorbed by this building and by this mountain, and obviously the particles present in the air that absorb this power. Thus your signal strength is reduces. Then how to increase that signal strength if at all it reduces by reflection? So for that purpose we use a repeater. And repeater means it is inside the repeater we have an amplifier which is used to increase the strength of the signal. Strength means power of the signal. So that is another phenomena which is going to affect electromagnetic wave while it is transmitting from a transmitter to receiver. So these are your buildings. The next phenomena we will study about that are going to affect your electromagnetic wave in environment, that is your scattering. Scattering you all have studied in light, why the color of the sky is blue. You all have studied in physics about the scattering, and now I am going to relate this scattering phenomena in electromagnetic waves propagation. So first of all you need to understand what do you mean by what is the scattering. I am going to explain it by using your physics example, that is your light propagation example. Then I am going to relate this to your electromagnetic waves propagation. So first we all know that the light coming from sun, that is your white color light, and white color is the mixture of all the color, that is your Vibgyor. For example, you all have studied about this color, that is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So in this, what is increasing, that is your wavelength got increases. So red light is having highest wavelength, red light is having highest wavelength, and this violet is least wavelength. Then when this white light is coming, then inside your atmosphere there are small particles are present, small particles are present. So in red light, so you can see here, suppose this is your red light and this is your object, that this is your particle which is present in atmosphere, and this is your red light. This is your, suppose for example, white light. White light is a mixture of all the color. White light is coming from your sun, then you are standing here, and this is small particles that is present in the air. So what we can see, in red light the wavelength is larger, the wavelength is larger. Wavelength means the distance between the two crest or distance between the two trough is known as your wavelength. So if the wavelength is larger, what will happen, the scattering is less, the scattering is less. How? Because it overcome that particle, it overcome that particle. You can see here the particle present here, but it can travel without affecting that particle, without any interference with that particle, because of the larger wavelength. But what will happen to other lights? For example, this is your, for example, blue lights. So in blue lights, what happen, the wavelength is very less. So what will happen, this is your particle size, and this wave now got strike with the particles, struck with the particles. So because of that, what will happen, your light got scattered. Scattered means in, that is traveling in various directions, that is now it is not traveling in a single direction, it is scattered through all the directions, it is scattered through all the directions. That's why this person standing here only able to see the red light but not able to see this blue light, because of this scattering phenomena. That's why your sky color is blue, and also we are using this red color in many particularly in train or in traffic signal, we are using this red light because it is visible to longer distance. Your particle not going to affect this red light because the red light is having highest wavelength. So how this is related to your electromagnetic waves? So as I have already explained you, this wavelength lambda is equal to c by f. C means velocity of light and frequency is f. So lambda is equal to c by f. So as we increase the frequency, this wavelength got decreases. So at higher frequency, this scattering phenomena occurs more. At higher frequency, this scattering phenomena occurs more, and at lower frequency, this scattering is less, since the wavelength of the electromagnetic wave is larger. But why we are increasing the frequency? In order to increase the bandwidth of the signal. So higher the frequency, higher the carrier frequency, lower the wavelength, and in lower wavelength this scattering phenomena occurs, and because of that your signal is not reaching at your receiver. Instead of reaching at the receiver, it is scattered through all the direction. So only few % of the signal reaching at the receiver, the rest of the signal is scattered through the atmosphere. So now I am going to write the definition of this scattering and how it is going to affect. So red light is visible to longer distance because of its higher wavelength, and higher the wavelength, lesser will be the scattering phenomena. scattering typically happens when radio signals or electromagnetic signal, you can write radio signal hits an impurity. When radio signal hits an impurity while traveling from transmitter to receiver. So suppose you have a transmitting antenna here, here you have a transmitting antenna, here you have a receiving antenna, and here that object is present, and it hits, radio signal is traveling and hits this object, and because of that it is scattered through all the direction. Hence this signal strength got reduces drastically, and few of the signal is going to reach at the receiving antenna. So this scattering phenomena going to decrease the strength of the signal. And how it is decreasing? So there is a law called Rayleigh's law. Rayleigh's law defines the intensity of scattering. Intensity I am denoting here I. So what we have studied, the higher the wavelength, least is the scattering. So intensity of scattering is decreases, that is inversely proportional to 1 by lambda to the power 4. So Rayleigh's law states that intensity of scattering is inversely proportional to 4th power of wavelength. Inversely proportional to 4th power of wavelength. So higher the wavelength, least is the scattering. So we will study about this in ground wave propagation. So particularly in ground wave propagation, the least scattering will be occur, and because of this scattering, what will happen? The signal is spreading through all the direction instead of reaching at the receiver when it hits to a impurity. This is your object or impurity. So typically happens when radio signal hits an impurity while traveling from transmitter to receiver. So thank you. In the next class, we will study about interference and diffraction and polarization. These three phenomena. So remember, this is your long question where they will ask you what are the environmental effects affects your electromagnetic wave when it is traveling from transmitter to receiver. So you need to explain reflection, refraction, the scattering, diffraction, then polarization and your interference. So next three we will study in the next class. So thank you.